What's going on, guys? The Panda here. The Destiny 2 beta is finally over. It's done, finished. So now that it's done, I'm going to give you guys my full honest review, let you guys know what I thought of it, and you guys let me know what you thought of it, so stick around and find out. Alright guys, we're back. So, like I said before, this is going to be my complete honest review of the Destiny 2 beta. I've been playing it pretty much every day since it launched, doing a lot of stuff with it. What you're seeing in the background here is the very first and only campaign mission called Homecoming. As you can see, the tower has been attacked by the Cabal, and it's in ruins right here. So, first thing I need you guys to do is go ahead and leave a comment down in the comment section below. Let me know if you did play the beta. Let me know if you liked it or if you hated it. Seems like there wasn't much of a middle ground. And let me know what your favorite part was. I'd love to hear from you guys. Also, if it's your first time here, do me a favor and hit that subscribe button. That way you can stay up to date on all the latest gaming news, and hopefully we could game together sometime. But now that that's all said and done, I want to go ahead and get into my review of the beta. So, first things first, I want to go ahead and address what everyone else is saying about it. It seems like overwhelmingly a lot of people were not too pleased with it. A lot of people have said that it's made them shy away from the Destiny franchise. They will probably not be buying this expansion. And the main reason behind it was that they changed how a lot of the weapons work. As you can see in the bottom left of the screen here, there is what you'll later find out is a grenade launcher, and that uses what is called power ammo. It's the new heavy. The reason people are so upset about this power ammo is it now includes fusion rifles, shotguns, sniper rifles. There's a few other new weapons like grenade launchers, rocket launchers are still in there. I haven't seen any machine guns yet, but I would assume those are in there as well. Same thing with swords. We see Lord Shaxx here with a sword. So I think it's safe to assume that there will be a sword in the game. I'd be surprised if it didn't fall under heavy or power ammo. So a lot of people were upset about this. They said that they felt severely underpowered. They said they were having a hard time with beating some of the bosses and beating some of the enemies, and they said that it was really good for PvP and the Crucible because they didn't have people chasing them down with shotguns all the time. And I mean, in the Crucible you would either see Thorn or shotguns and sometimes fusion rifles and sniper rifles. So this, I think, effectively ends that. It's going to force people to use a lot more assault rifles, a lot more submachine guns, which is another one, a new weapon in the game, some hand cannons. Just mix it up a little bit. Another change in regards to that in the Crucible specifically is that when you open up the heavy ammo cache or the power ammo, it only gives one person the power ammo. So if you were looking forward to shooting that grenade launcher all the time, then you better be the first one there. I'll get into the Crucible feedback later, but I did want to start here with the campaign and addressing the big concern that everyone else had. So as you can see right here, I'm testing out one of the submachine guns. I thought the campaign was fantastic. I really enjoyed the new weapon types. I thought it looked really good. Destiny, which has been known for having a very weak story and not very revealing or telling cinematics, has definitely stepped it up this time. The cinematics were excellent. All the gameplay was beautiful. The new guns are a lot of fun. Submachine guns are really good at close range. They really kick hard. I had a really good time. But what you'll see coming up here in this next room is part of what people were talking about being underpowered. Me personally, I thought the campaign was the best part of the game so far. Right here, I'm going to come through this doorway, and this dude's going to fly up right in front of me. I'm going to unload into him, and he's going to kill me. He had his way with me. A lot of people were upset that they were not able to deal with the Cabal quite as quickly, that the enemies were a little bit more difficult, and that some of them were out of power ammo at this point. As you can see, I saved my shot for this particular guy. Oh, he's going to run away. We'll just shoot him a couple times. But anyway, a lot of people were upset that the Cabal were a little bit tougher to shoot down. Me, I think this is fantastic. The reason I think this is fantastic is that all the lore, all the Grimoire cards, everything that you see in cinematics from Destiny 1 state that the Cabal are the most militarized race in the, I don't know, universe, galaxy. They conquer entire worlds just for being in the way of where they're going. That's a quote from the Ghost. So, why should these be easy enemies to kill? Why should I be able to get a burst to the head or, a smaller weapon, shoot them in the head once and end them? I think that's silly. I really like that it ups the difficulty and the skill required to beat this game. As you see right there, it took 3 bursts to the face to drop that guy. I was going for the headshot, I was trying to drop him as quick as I could, and it still takes 3 bursts. Yeah, look how good this game looks. I loved watching the ships fly by. Graphics, fantastic. I believe up here I do a damage test on one of these guys to see just how quickly I can kill him by shooting him in the leg, just to show how tough they are. But as you can see, if you don't take these guys out quickly, they'll come back to bite you. They'll give you a hard time. So a lot of people didn't like that. I personally was a tremendous fan and advocate of it. I think it's a lot of fun when there's a challenge. The game I think back to is Halo. I don't know if any of you guys played Halo on the Legendary difficulty, but that was probably my favorite part of the game. Playing where it was really hard, you do a lot better with friends, you don't kill the enemies in one shot, ammo is a problem because you need to restock on ammo, you're running low. I like that feel. So, for me, the story mode, yeah, here's where I shoot this guy in the legs. Look how many times I gotta shoot this guy. It's basically an entire clip. So, campaign, story mission, that gets an A in my book. I thought it was fantastic. It flowed really well. The cinematics were great. The story made sense. The Cabal are pissed. The main enemy will come in and explain that he feels like the Cabal should have gotten the Traveler's Light, not us Guardians. So that just tells you what the story is. I thought it was explained brilliantly. The cinematics did a great job, and I don't have to go in and read Grimoire cards to find out about it. But I'm sure they'll still be in there, and I'm sure they'll still help. So, good on them. Next up is the Strike. So, playing through the Strike, very similar to the campaign. All the same gameplay, all the same mechanics. The difference is it had a lot more room. If you want to see what the Strike looked like, there is going to be a video in my channel about it. I'll try and put the link below. But the Strike was really great. Really wide open, let you explore a little bit, potentially some hidden areas. It really lets you kind of do what you wanted to do. But again, we get into the conversation about the power ammo. A lot of people were very concerned that they were struggling with the bosses, and especially the main boss, because they didn't have power ammo to bring it down. This again, I didn't mind whatsoever. You have auto rifles, you have pulse rifles, you have hand cannons, you have submachine guns, you have all sorts of weapons that work for the Strike story area, but I feel like heavy ammo should be, I don't want to say sacred, but it should be pretty hard to get. If you've been watching the video in the background, you just saw another heavy ammo drop. There was another one in the room that I died in. There's a pretty decent amount of heavy ammo. But when that narrows down to 3 players, not all of them will get it, and it definitely drops less. That being said, the Bungie developers did let us know that this was actually a pre-beta version, almost. What they let us know is that they did already address the issue of the power ammo, so We didn't get to see what the final version looked like, but when everyone was complaining about it, they did address it. So expect it to be less scarce when the game actually launches. If that was a concern of yours, they heard ya. So the strike was great. I thought the final boss was great. It really incorporated a lot of good mechanics. If you did or didn't play it, one of the biggest things in an MMO and in any raids in MMOs is don't stand in the fire. I think it taught a lot of people this the hard way. Me and my boy NATO were playing, and one of the guys we were with stood in the fire every time. Died every time. It's a tough lesson to learn, but I like mechanics like that. Where I will provide some criticism on that aspect is the big drill that they advertised so heavily, that they advertised as a jumping puzzle, was very lackluster to me. It was very easy to avoid. Didn't really provide much of a challenge or obstacle. You just kind of stay on the path and don't jump, and it doesn't hit you. What I would like to see on that is if they made the drill change levels as it was coming around and force you to kind of keep an eye on it, or have one of your fire teammates keep an eye on it. That way you know at one point or another you have to move to a higher path or a lower path or just something like that. So that would be my biggest feedback for the strike. That leaves us with the Crucible. I did play most of my time in the Crucible. You can only play through the campaign mission on a brand new character, so unless you want to delete one, you couldn't play through this mission again, which was kind of a bummer. I really wanted to go through and try it again and really dig in. I did play through it on all 3 characters, and like I said, it was good, so I would have just liked to play it some more. As far as the Crucible goes, I actually had a really good time. I, in the past, was not a Crucible fan. The only time I could play the Crucible was when I had probably at least two other people on a fire team. If I was in there alone, I would just get super frustrated. I was an angry gamer. I wasn't crazy about that. In this, it had a lot better of a feel. I didn't have to worry about everyone using their upgraded shotgun that they had. Everyone having icebreaker, so they had unlimited sniper shots, or that foreboding sniper shot. I really liked that only one player could get the power ammo, so it was almost Russian roulette with who you ran into. Does this person have a shotgun? Do they have a fusion rifle? Or is this just another person? Do you end up wasting your super because you're worried about that? It changes the tactics a lot in the Crucible, and I think it evens the playing field quite a bit. I by no means am an expert player. I'm fairly good. In Destiny 1, it was pretty common for me to get a 1.2 KDR. So, just over 1 kill per death. In this, I was averaging closer to a 3.0 KDR. Somewhere in the 2 to 3 range. So, I was getting about 2 to 3 kills per death. So, it definitely evened the playing field a bit. Like I said, I'm not the best competitive player. I mostly play Destiny for the raids. So, I thought that was great. The last part I wanted to break down was the classes. In Destiny 1, it seemed like the main class that people played for the longest time was the Hunter. The Hunter could solo a lot of the content because of his ability to go invisible, especially the lanterns on the Crota raid. A lot of groups would just get a Hunter that could run them through it, get the checkpoint, and then he would leave the group. In the Destiny 2 beta, I thought the Hunter was the weakest class. That was my biggest area of opportunity for the entire beta. I thought that the Hunter was a lot slower, a lot less mobile. I don't know that I showed it. A while ago, you saw me throw down an orb on the ground that created a ring of light as the Warlock that buffs your allies. The Titan, which you actually saw while I was with Zavala, throws down a shield which can help allies reload. Reloads their guns whenever they hide behind it. The Hunter can dodge out of the way. So he doesn't help his teammates, which some people may argue is very similar to Cade and his wild nature, take care of himself. I didn't like it. The Arc Strider, they show a lot of clips of him dashing and dancing around and blitzing, basically, being really fast and mobile, and the description of it even talks about how mobile he is. It just... The thing with it was, you use your R1, R2 buttons on PlayStation to dash forward, but it seems like if you didn't incorporate circle, which is his dodge, he was pretty slow. In the Crucible, and you'll see some of that gameplay in the other video, I had no problem running away from hunters once they hit their super. It just seemed like they couldn't catch me. When they would dash forward and swing with their staff, it didn't seem much faster than just running. It seemed like just sprinting was just as viable of an option. So, I wasn't the biggest fan of the Hunter. I thought the Hunter needed some work. They definitely showed the Titan some love. The Sentinel class is incredible. The Captain America shield is unbelievable. The fact that you can walk and project a shield, throw the shield, and punch people with the shield is amazing. The Striker class is insane. The fact that you can use Fist of Havoc multiple times, you can run... They run as fast as I think the Hunter should. But they run circles around the Hunter once the Titan pops Fist of Havoc. And then he can slam the ground a ton of times. I didn't count it, but the Striker can slam multiple times and just does insane damage. I was on the receiving end of it was probably a 5-kill streak just with the Titan's Fist of Havoc. I'll admit, he killed me twice. Killed me, and he was running so quickly and killing my teammates so fast that he got to me when I had spawned, and he did away with me pretty handily. So, I didn't stand a chance, which was kind of a bummer. I think he could probably use a little bit of a nerf, but that's just me. The Warlock, the one that I'm playing right here, the one that I was the most excited about personally, because I was a Warlock main from the beginning. Overall, really good. I had a lot of fun with it. My second biggest complaint was the mechanic of its super. He does that fire blade, that fire sword, where he jumps up into the air and starts raining down fiery mayhem. They are explosive shots. They do explode and do some AoE damage when you throw them. The problem with it, the thing that I really disliked, was the fact that they had such an arc mechanic to them. They would fall very, very quickly. They didn't travel in a straight line. They arced. And they arced hard. To me, the arc mechanic that it should be used for is the grenade launcher. In any game that anyone's ever played, you know that if you're going to shoot or throw a grenade, that to get more range, you have to arc it. You have to get that nice rainbow form down. Well, it turns out if you're going to play Warlock, you're going to have to be better at that, because see the grenades? Look how straight they travel. The Warlock Sunblade does not go that far. It falls off. It shoots it short. You'll see that a little bit right here. Nope, I just hit him point blank. So you didn't get to see it there, but it just felt like it fell off way more quick than it should have. I feel like it should have just been on a string basically and gone straight. Maybe make it a little slower. But that mechanic kind of frustrated me, and inversely I thought that there needed to be more of an arc on the grenade launchers. But that's just me. So that's pretty much it. Didn't like the Hunter. Titan seemed a little OP. Warlock was pretty good. Oh, the Nova Bomb. The Nova Bomb was really good. It moves a lot slower, and it also kind of has that arcing mechanic to it. But it tracks enemies and then explodes into other tracking mines, and I thought that was the perfect way to fix the Nova Bomb myself. The Nova Bomb didn't seem quite like it had the best bang for its buck towards the end of the Destiny 1 years. Here, you can definitely get some value around it. In the exclusive gameplay of it, you see it track an enemy around a corner. It does that. We witnessed it many times playing in the Crucible. It definitely does that. That's pretty much all I have to say on the classes. The last thing I did want to mention was the... Oh yeah, you see me fall off the edge here. Just ignore that. With the Crucible, both the game types. I believe Countdown was the new one, where one team has to plant a bomb and the other team has to defuse it. It feels a lot like a high-end Counter-Strike, where terrorists plant a bomb and the good guys defuse it, save hostages or whatnot. It's pretty cool. I thought it was fun. But that's another one that if you don't have a good team with, it can be very frustrating. You do have a limited amount of revives, so if you die, your team can bring you back, but they don't want to waste them. Don't revive someone in a rough spot in the middle of a room where everyone's going to get shot. And I also would have liked to see some diversity and change-ups on where you have to plant the bomb, so it's not the same every time. If you could mix it up, I think that would be great. Also, once the bomb is defused, it ends the round. I think the team should get more than one bomb before the round ends. I think it would be a lot cooler if they got maybe 2 or 3, or if their entire team died, the round would end. That would be my feedback for that one. Still a lot of fun, but definitely more challenging unless you have a good group. That's pretty much my review. Here's another one of those super easy jumping puzzles that they put in that they said was going to challenge people. You drop in, you shoot the thing, you pop back out, no big deal. So, anyway, that's going to be the end of my review, guys. Overall, I give the Destiny 2 beta, I'm going to give it a B. It was overall really good, but definitely had some pretty serious flaws and oversights. But they're definitely listening to the community, which is good. So, room to grow. I'll definitely be picking this one up. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave me a like. I'd love to hear from you guys. It always helps out the channel. And hopefully I'll see you guys playing Destiny 2. Like I said, I'll definitely be picking it up. And I will be maxing out all characters. And I will need a raiding group. So let me know if you want to raid sometime. Until then, catch you guys next time. Alright guys, here it is. You've probably seen this before, but
how do we come back from this?
You don't. Welcome to a world without light.
Guardian, something's wrong.
Do not look at me, creature. You are weak, undisciplined, cowering behind walls. You're not brave. You've merely forgotten the fear of death. Allow me to reacquaint you. Your kind never deserved a part.